So my name is Kathy Thorson. I'm here with somehow Phlegm, but also with Peggy Brown, and we're co-chairs of the Bike Ped Committee. And for those of you here last year, this is not going to be as funny. I'm sorry to disappoint you. Last year was so funny that it seemed like not everyone knew what to do with it. So this is pretty straightforward. So, Larry, if you can get our... So we have a little PowerPoint and maybe a video if you have time. So we're the BB PAC, the Brunswick Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Committee. Next slide. About our BB PAC, about the BB PAC, we're currently updating our charge, our formal charge, but simply put, our mission is to improve biking and walking in Brunswick. We meet on the fourth Thursday of the month at 5:10, and our meetings can be accessed live via Zoom. In person, we're on the second floor, or on our website. We have 8 members, including a town councilor. Right now, Kathy Wilson will take anyone who's interested next year. And we hope also soon to have a high schooler on our committee. Our staff liaisons, Chrissy Adamowitz, and she's from Economic Development, and Trey Cruz is the town engineer. And we are so lucky to have them. They have really, together, invigorated the BB PAC, and they inspire me every month to do more work. So thank you to them. And also just know we're working on our website, and we've updated our website and created a new contact email. So we've been busy in 2023. We've benefited from a lot of creative energy and effort from both committee members and from staffers. We engaged in outreach in multiple venues, and very exciting for us, Safe Routes to School is back. And with Chrissy as our staffer, we better understand how biking and walking enhance economic development. And then my last point here, we had a presentation from Parks and Rec's Tom Farrell, and that made us appreciate Brunswick as a trail hub. And you can see this picture here on the right. And Brunswick, unlike any other town on that map, is at the junction of essentially 4 regional trails. The Casco Bay Trail, and these are all proposed trails, of course. Casco Bay coming in 2 directions, the Merrymeeting Trail, and the A2K Trail. And we want to thank the town council for your support on all these projects so far, for voicing your support. Some more specifics about 2023. Next slide. We reapplied to be a bike-friendly community, and that's through the League of American Bicyclists. And this is our report card from 2016 when we last achieved that status, and we had a bronze rating. We're waiting to hear back about our application, and heard today that it will be next month when we hear back. Know that BB PAC members and town staff put in a lot of hours to make this happen. Why did we do this? First of all, it's good publicity for the town. We learned a lot from putting this application together, and we'll get a report from the league with free advice about how our community can improve biking in Brunswick. Next slide, please. Community engagement. We were busy in 2023. We attended community events, and this here, the picture on the left, is the bike rodeo through Parks and Rec. We connected with other town entities like Parks and Rec and Midcoast Hospital. We met with other bike ped committees, including Bath and the newly formed one in Topsom, and as well as the one at Bowdoin College. Next slide, please. Thanks to BB PAC member Sandy Hodge, the Times Record allowed us to write pieces this summer in a regular column entitled On Bike and Foot, and you can see some of the pieces here. There were probably 6 or 7, and we'll probably pick it up again either next spring or summer. And next slide.
So with the help of Brunswick TV3, Jim Nealon, we did a series of videos that will continue. They were inspired by a conversation that started at the Cook's Corner revitalization meeting. So Craig Zorhorst of the Western Maine Transportation said it would be great if we could show how to put a bike on one of our link buses that goes from one side of Brunswick to the other. So we started with that. We did one on the Amtrak, putting your bike on the Amtrak. We did one on the Androscoggin bike path, showing some kind of typical snafus that happen out there on bike and foot. And then we have a great one of the Kate Furbish bike walk roll to school that happened a few weeks ago. So we'll watch one of those in a bit. Back to you.
Next slide, please. So the crowning achievement, I think, of the BB Pack, which really thanks to Eric Funderburk, who's a teacher at Kate Furbish, and parent Kate McNeil, both BB Pack members, was the bringing back safe routes to school. So whether kids walk, ride a scooter, or bike, we want kids in Brunswick to get to school safely and, of course, also have fun. And really happy that Kate Furbish School held its first ever bike walk to school day, and the first in Brunswick since 2019. And that was on November 8th. And you can see the flyer for it, designed by Kate on the right side. Also, thank you to the Brunswick Police Department, because they were instrumental in making this happen, as well as the school department. We're hoping to, over the years, this year, next year, expand the Safe Routes to School to include other schools like Harry Beecher Stowe, the junior high, and also the high school, maybe with our new high school member. And do we have time to show the video from Safe Routes to School? So we'll do that now.
Hi there, we're here at Kate Furbish, and we're about to start a bike walk to school day. Everybody in the school is being encouraged to walk to school, and the buses just down the way here are dropping off, and kids on the buses are going to be dropping off and walking a little bit to the school. We're really promoting healthy lifestyle, being outside, creating a joyful environment for kids, and we're really excited to see what's about to happen. As you notice, there aren't very many kids now, but in a few moments we're going to see just a slew of children coming with parents, volunteers, staff members to help out with this amazing event that we're doing for the first time today.
Hey, good morning. It's Phil Potenziano, Superintendent of Schools of Brunswick. I'm excited to be here at Kate Furbish Elementary School for our annual Bike and Walk to School Day. I'm excited. Our whole office of central office staff has joined us today, and we're going to be welcoming students momentarily.
Hi, my name's Annie Young. I'm the principal here at Kate Furbish, and we are so grateful to be partnering with Brunswick Police Department and the Coalition for Walking to School as we welcome over 600 students walking and biking to school today. We have a whole horde of staff and community members helping us, and we're excited to start this gorgeous morning getting some exercise as we walk to school.
Hi, we're back here at Kate Furbish Elementary School. We're wrapping up the walk bike day. There are still some buses that are dropping children off. They're having a great time. Lots of smiles, lots of happy faces, lots of kids who are just saying this is the best day ever, which is great. And actually everybody's doing a great job staying on the path. Lots of support staff out here to help, and it seems to be a great success. Everybody's very joyful and happy today. Good morning, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, this seemed like a great day to do it. It's a little brisk, but everybody seems to be in great spirits, and it's all about promoting healthy lifestyle, which is what our goal is today. So wrapping up, and thank you.
Cool. Thank you so much. That's a high-quality video, isn't it? And there are a number of them. And Peggy stars and the other ones, you've got to watch them. They're great. You'll be astounded of what Brunswick can produce. So next slide. Sorry. We have one more slide. So upcoming and what to expect in 2024, because you have us at the end of the year to report. Just a couple things, important things. In probably 2017, Brunswick adopted a complete streets policy, and I'll just read from that. Brunswick strives to be a community in which all residents and visitors, regardless of age, ability, or financial resources, can safely and efficiently use the public right-of-way to meet their transportation needs, regardless of their preferred mode of transportation. It's a very wordy thing to say when you have a new project, you should include all users. It goes on to say in this policy that the BB Pack shall be briefed on projects covered in the policy. So this is not something that has been done with any regularity in the past, and we're hoping to get something more regular. I went to a Bath bike walk meeting and saw how this process works in a different town. So we're working with the town engineer, Trade Cruz, to make this a more formal process going forward. Peggy's going to talk about the second point here.
So part of our charge is to participate in the CIP process in order to get these projects that we have sifted through to make our focus. And the current CIP that was built in 2023 still has some projects that have not been completed, so we haven't put anything forward for the next CIP, the one that you're working on now. So those CIP projects that we put forward are sidewalks on Jordan Avenue, so they end at a certain point, like near Laurie Drive, I think it is, and then they go to Bath Road. Those are being worked on. The drawings are being worked on for our review. Flashing beacon across Bath Road at the end of Jordan Avenue that would take pedestrians and bicyclists across to the Allagash perimeter trail. And we're also working on an off-road pathway from Hennessy through there's a trail now, a footpath that exists over to McKean to keep our kids off the road as they walk to HBS from those neighborhoods and to the junior high. And then we're also looking at fixing this kind of Union Street crossing right behind Town Hall here, by Noble, Weymouth, and down to the railroad tracks. It's a lot of people crossing, a lot of things happening, but the curb cut situation needs to be addressed first. And then we're also working on kind of inventorying the wayfinding and amenities for bicyclists and pedestrians in town. Those are things like signs, benches, and bike racks. So we're seeing what's there and what is needed. And so those are our current projects. Thanks.
And then one last thing, and I'll be referring to this picture here, and this is an artist rendering of the new bridge that's being built between Topsom and Brunswick, and that's a discussion about focus on connectivity. So what will a cyclist or a pedestrian encounter when they cross the Androscoggin River to enjoy downtown Brunswick, go shopping in Cook's Corner, or possibly get back on Amtrak to Boston? So we are hoping to turn some of our attention to walking and biking between destinations, making it safe, accessible, and fun. And I'm assuming that this is what it's going to look like in a couple years. So imagine if you were a cyclist or a biker and what you would encounter now versus what we might be able to work towards in the future. I don't know if you have any questions, but we'd be happy to entertain any questions.
Okay. Council have any questions? Councilor Hicks?
I'm just curious about, I know that the plan you've put together shows basically this extensive network of pedestrian and bike bike paths that connect to the landing. And you can essentially, as of now, you can bike from Main Street to Cook's Corner without going on any busy road, more or less. Through some certain parking lots you have to cut through, but there are a lot of off-road options now. I worry about people who use Bath Road as their walking or biking destination, and I keep thinking about how they could just be on Allegat on the bike path on the landing. So I know the entrance of Pine Street onto the landing has a bit of a trail sign, or there's some information, but I'm just curious if there's any plan for more signage, or just, I know there's a handout, there's a brochure about our bike paths in the town office. I'm just wondering about more visibility about these options to get off the road that we have already.
That's a great question. Thank you for asking that. And on our last slide, there was a bullet point about wayfinding, and that really goes in the category of wayfinding. So there's that's a category of the thing exists, but people don't know it's there. So certainly I will add it to our long list of things that we should be doing, but wayfinding is on our list of things to do to make sure that people know that path exists. It's not obvious. I totally agree. And so that's a really good point, and we will put that on our list of things to do.
And is wayfinding just a term? I don't know that term. Is that a general term about making signs?
Yeah, making signage.
Yeah.
I wish that Chrissy could sort of intuit her perfect speech. But Chrissy has explained to us, she's very enthusiastic, has applied for grants over and over to get some signage so that we can have signage that might be not at a car level up high, but really in a place where you would see it as a cyclist or a walker. For example, if you were new to Brunswick and you parked downtown, and then you could say, maybe scan something with your phone that would give you a map and some signage in just the right places that would direct you, here's how to get to Cook's Corner from downtown, and not at the same time not have clutter and overdo it. So it's a fine balance, and I really trust our wonderful staffers to guide us through this, but that is something that we're working on.
Great, thank you.
Council Shedd?
Thank you. I would hope the River Walk would be on your advocacy list over the next few years.
The River Walk, so just this year, one of the many connections that we've made is I became a member of the Riverwalk Committee, and we're trying to get a member from Topsom Bike Ped Committee, so I have been attending meetings regularly since the middle of the summer.
Councilor Walker?
Thank you, Chair Mason, and thank you, Bike Ped Committee. You do fantastic work. My question is, and I've been advocating for this for a couple of years now, is with that Sawtooth, the Pollard Road, that whole area changing, and so many young families moving in there. I would love to see the sidewalk extended on the eastern side of Harpswell Road from roughly across from Main Pines all the way up to where it stops now, because right now I see people walking and pushing strollers in the sort of breakdown lane, and Harpswell Road traffic's getting worse and worse in terms of speed. So,
And I feel like this was something that came up when we had this presentation, maybe the CIP presentation last year.
Probably.
And maybe there was a citizen who also spoke about this.
There are citizens who are very concerned and would
Thank
like to see. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you for being such wonderful supporters of our work.
Thank you.
Thank you.